or two things from it. So if you've not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Please hit the bell icon so that every time I post a new video, you'll be the first to get the notification. Now today, I will be showing you how to make an Ankara craft. An Ankara craft. It's an accessory that ladies cannot do without. And what is this craft today? This accessory is the Ankara clutch purse with the chain. I'll be teaching you how to make this so beautiful. I used the velvet fabric to achieve my purse with the kente design on it. So first of all, I sewed the fabric together. I placed the kente Ankara fabric on the velvet, and I sewed this together before constructing my bag and then making it. So the materials we'll be needing for this tutorial will be the hardboard. That's the carry board. If you're in Nigeria, you can find it in Mushin, you can find it in Oshodi. Yes, there are places, but if you go to Mushin, you are very sure of getting your bag making materials there. You would need the rivet, you will need the magnet snap, you will need your top bond, you will need your super bond gum, you will need your cardboard, you will need your mako for the sides. So a lot of very affordable materials that you would need for this tutorial. And then if you're looking at starting a new fashion business in 2021, I think this will really sell, because ladies are evolving in their taste, evolving in fashion, and so they need something new in the market post-COVID. And then you can also sell this on your online platforms now, because you know that's the way to go now. Digital marketing has helped online platforms to really grow their businesses. And so if you make this craft, in fact the production cost for this bag is less than 3,000 naira, but on ST or eBay or Jumia, you can find this bag for 6,500. What a beautiful profit you're making from this. So please, let's go to the workroom now while I show you how to make the clutch purse with the chain. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for joining me. Hi. Welcome to the Bureau's online class. The materials we'll be needing for the bag purse making and the shoe wrap, we have the sheets of the board sheet. We have foam sheet. It comes in very big sizes. You just cut out what you need. We have the soft armor, scissors. We have the stay. This is the hard stay. We have the chain. We have rivet. This is rivet. We have the chain hook. We have the magnet snap, razor blade, 1-inch brush, Evo-stick gum. You have your fabric here. You have the lining also. This is the lining for the fabric. And then for your shoe, you'll be needing last, L-A-S-T, last. But then it's optional. You get an old pair of shoes to class. Welcome again to the Bureau's online class. So we'll be doing our chain purse today. So you cut out from the big sheet of board, you cut out 2 pieces of the board like this. The measurement is 14 inches length by 9 inches width. 14 inches by 9. So you label one outer, you label the other one inner. So on the inner board, you're going to be reducing it by 0.5. That is a quarter. You're going to mark 1/4 inch all round that paper for the inner, all around the sheets of the inner. So you're going to reduce the size of the inner board by 1/4 inch, just a quarter, 0.5 all round, and I'm going to cut that out. So I have my outer, my inner, and then I'll be cutting the foam sheets for only the outer board. Now you're going to apply gum to the edges of the outer board. You apply gum to the edges. Don't make it too much. When you apply to the edges, then you can just put it, round. So now you place the gummed part on the foam. Once that is done, you then trim the edges of the foam to be equal with the outer board. So I've gummed on my foam. Please make sure you put old newspapers on the table. Sellotape it to your table so that the gum will not smear your table, your work table. Okay. So now I'm going to take the fabric. I'm using Ankara print fabric. And then I'm going to place the foam part on the Ankara. Now you're going to be leaving about 1 inch or 1.5, depending on whatever you want. 1.5 inches around the whole rectangle of the shape we have. Just cut out 1.5 inches round it. So I've cut my 1.5 inches round the paper. So I'll be applying the gum to the edges in section. You apply your gum in section to the edges, and then you cover like this. Don't pull the fabric, just place the fabric on it. Don't pull at all. So I'll work with the other side too. Just apply gum to the edge. And then so once you've gummed the second side, you can then put your Ankara over it. So now you're going to be notching at the edges. Note, I'm not notching directly from the edge of the fabric. I'm notching, in between. So you cut that off. You cut excess fabric away to reduce bulk. You do that for the second side too. And then you apply gum to the edges. And then you gum it on. You fold in this way. You fold in this way, and then you gum. You fold in this way, and then you gum. You don't pull it. Don't pull the Ankara over. So you apply gum to the other edge also. And then you repeat the same process. You turn, you just take in the edge like this, and then you place the fabric above, you take in the edge, and you place your fabric. So this is what you're going to have, like this. So now we want to work with the inner board, so that you can have, neat edges. You can just recheck, and then you pull the fabric over the board just a bit. Make sure you pull a bit. The edges that are open, you apply gum there at the corners, and then you cover up again like that. So for the inner, you lay your lining like this, and then you place the inner board on it. So like we did for the other one, you'll be cutting 1 inch round your inner board, 1 inch round. Now you're going to repeat the same process of gumming the lining to the inner board. The same way we did for the outer, that's what you're going to do here. So you can decide to notch like we did, or you just put it across like this. Don't be too bothered because this is just the lining. It's going to be inside. That's why I didn't bother notching. You pull this as a triangle, you pull this over, and then you bring it down. So we have this for the inner, and then we have this for the outer. So this is how it's going to be. So now we want to create the side for the board, the sides. So now for the side pieces, you'll be cutting a square, 7 inches, 7.5 inches by 7.5, 7.5 by 7.5. It's not even up to, but just make it 7.5 by 7.5 for the fabric and the lining. So you'll be cutting your stay and you iron it. You use the pressing iron to gum the stay. Now the shiny part here, the part that shines, that is the part with the gum. So you're going to place the wrong side of your fabric on the part that is shining. So you use your iron to gum that on. So I'm going to be sewing this part. I'll be sewing 1/2 inch. Sew the lining to the fabric with 1/2 inch. But if you don't want to use the sewing machine at all, what do? You just fold your fabric as 15 inches length. You fold your fabric as 15 inches there, and then you just fold into 2 to use it as both the fabric and the lining. So you can cut 15 inches for both, for your side measurement. But if you don't want to do that, you cut 7.5 inches for the fabric and then 7.5 inches for the lining. Then you sew at the edge. Now after sewing, I'll be turning to the right side like this. Just let it turn it in, and then you can then iron down this point. So you apply gum to just a little gum, just put it this way. Just put little gum so that your lining will stay on the fabric. Now if you don't want to use gum, you can use the sewing machine. You just sew it round the 3 corners, 1, 2, 3, like this. So with that done, you put the sides aside, put them aside. Now you take the inner and the outer together, and then you'll be folding your purse the way you would want it to come out. You fold like this, and then you'll be marking the midpoint here before the flap. This is the flap now. So you'll be marking the midpoint here on this end, and then also at the other edge. You'll be marking it on the inner there. So you're marking both for the inner. So I've marked the shape. So this is going to be my flap. So now you take the side. Your side will be gummed from here, from the edge to where you marked here. So this is the way it's going to be. This is where it will be outside. So you're going to apply gum to this edge from here round to where you marked at the back, and then you also add your gum to the edges, 2 sides of the side pattern. You're going to add gum here. Let me show you that. This way. the gum is not the gum and the fabric are not friendly. That's why it's pulling apart, you know, it's dragging it all the way. So you just work with it gently and don't make it too much. So you also apply gum to the edge, that's the back of the inner. Now you're stopping it at the point you marked. You're stopping it at this point behind. So now you're going to be putting the side pattern against the back like this. So I've placed the side on the inner board, and then I'll be taking it like this to meet the marked point at the back. So you use your hand to just straighten out like so. Ensure that you're working with the edges. Each edge stays together. Like this. So for the other side, you apply your gum to the back from the marked part down to the edge. And then you also apply gum to the side pieces, the side. So we're going to put the side on the back, put it against the back like this, and then you gum that on. So now we're going to be trimming off this edge. You trim off like this. You can leave the lining because it's inside, and leave that. Trim off like this. With that done, I'll be placing the inner board in the outer board. So you get the midpoint of this inner. You get the midpoint. So it's now 8 3/4 because we reduced by 1/4 inch. So you mark as the midpoint. Now you'll be using your razor blade to cut the two sides. So you just notch the two sides like that, and then you use the screwdriver to push out what you cut. Like this. You push it out from behind to create an opening. You can use a smaller screwdriver so you don't destroy the board. You open up your rivet, your magnet snap. You open this up, and then the flatter part, there are two parts there. This flat part is the one that goes to the top where the flap will be. So you there's an extension that comes with it. You just insert it into it like this, and then you put it into the two holes that you made earlier. So this is what you have. They come out at the back here. So you take your hammer, and then you'll be pressing it. You open up the back clips. You open up the back clips like this, and then you hammer it down. So you apply gum, and you apply gum to the back here and also to this back here, and then you gum these together. I'm applying my gum, but I'm not letting it reach the edges. Why? Because we reduced the inner by a quarter, so you won't gum a 1/4 inch at the edge. You leave that aside. The same thing for the side too. And then you're going to apply your gum generously, because this is a permanent bonding of the inner and the outer. So you're going to apply your gum very well. Make sure that you leave a 1/4 inch at the sides on the outer board. So before you gum on the inner to the outer, the parts where you marked, you're going to create a cut. You're going to create a cut at that point, and also this place you're going to create a cut. So now I'll be piercing the marked point with the razor blade, and then you use your screwdriver to pierce it through on both sides like this. Now you place your the chain hook like this. So this hole will be on top of the hole we have made, and then you take the rivet, this longer one, from the back. It comes out like this. Then the cover of the rivet, you put it on top like this. So this part is the one for the chain. Now you also take this one, the hook, you put it there. You take the rivet, the longer part, from the back. Sorry, my hand is very sticky, so because of the gum. So you use your hammer to also hammer down that one. Like this. Now you can apply your gum. Now you apply your gum to the edges, or apply the gum to the back of the inner and the outer. So you're going to be gumming it in stages. Now make sure you don't apply gum to this edge here, because we'll be fixing in the other magnet snap side. So you fix it like this. You can see that the edges, the 1/4 inch showing at the edges, the 1/4 inch showing at the edges like this. So now we'll also get the midpoint of this part. So this is where we're going to fix in. We'll be fixing in the midpoint here. We'll be fixing in the magnet snap here. So with your chalk, you put your chalk on the flat part of the magnet snap, and then you pull it across like this, so that we can mark the points to cut. We'll know the points to cut like this. So you use your the screwdriver to pierce the two sides of that point. You pierce the two sides like that, like this. Then you take this extension. Now this is not compulsory, you can put it directly or you can put it in like that, and then you fix in the magnet snap, the bigger part of the magnet snap like this. So you take the clips apart, and then you use your hammer to hammer it down. Now you can then apply gum to this part and this part, and then we gum together. So now we've applied gum to the sides, to the inner. So you're going to put your fists like this into the board. You're putting your fists into it, and then that way. So whichever edge needs finishing, you just push it in with your screwdriver like that, like this. So you push, you can see you have to check all the edges, check all your edges, take them in. So you snap your purse together like this. You use your hammer to hammer down the edges. Like this. So now you open up the chain, just the last end of the chain. You insert it into the hook here, and then you press this together. You open up the other end of the chain and insert it into the hook, and then you press together. So our chain purse is ready. We have this. And then you're good to go. So you can put any design button here like that. How to make the clutch purse with the chain. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. Thank you for joining me. Hi.